Well, hello, welcome to another day in the van. Today we are going to be working on the wall furring strips, or the studs, aka the studs, the supports for the paneling on the walls, and then whatever else gets hung on the walls. And then also the places that you attach your furniture to. So the skeleton of the kitchen is going to be bolted to it, the desk, whether I build it outside and then put it in, or build it inside, and then the bed, all of it will be bolted to these support strips, these furring strips. So I started last night. As I was falling asleep last night, unable to fall asleep, I realized I think I was doing it not the way I wanted to, as far as putting pieces helter-skelter. I think I want to be pretty uniform and do slats from roof to ceiling, so that there's continuous and consistent connection points for the wall paneling. So let's just dive right in and see how long we can work in this lovely cloudy weather. The way this works is I have these plus nuts, as you can see right here, in grooves or in holes in the van. These are my mounting locations, so that's where all of these are. Every single one of these is in a plus nut mounting point so that I don't have to screw into the van, which then dictates where my mounting points are for where I put these furring strips, which is why things are kind of looking crazy and perhaps a little crooked here and there, is because I have to make holes match up that aren't exactly in line. So the idea is you locate those golden little pieces in the side, you put in these double-edged, these double-sided bolts. So one side screws into the plus nut, and the other side just has a sharp point that sticks out so that you can poke it right through this radiant barrier, this easy cool I think is what it is. So you just put the easy cool right over and this pops right through in order for you to know where that plus nut place is in the van. Then you leave this in there, you leave it in the foam or in the easy cool just like this. And then in order to put the wood on, you cut your piece, you fit it just where you want it, and then you press it against this sharp point, and it makes a tiny little divot on the back of the board. Then I drill out a hole with an appropriate size drill bit, and then line those holes back up and screw in one of these bolts right here. This is about a 2-inch, I think, or 2.5 inch, just standard bolt. I didn't get the hex bolt. I should have gotten the hex bolt, but this is good enough so far. Then you line them up. It's a little bit tedious on some of the larger pieces, but most of them it's pretty easy. You line them up, you drill this in, and it catches in the plus nut, which is in the van, and then that pulls it flush against the side of the van. So that's what we did on this side. We built this nice little window box for where the window is going to be accessible, hopefully. We're going to do that side of the van now.
I've made a huge mistake.
So far the furring strips have been incredibly reliable. There were only a couple of different things that I had to change. First of all, I had to actually countersink a lot of the bolt heads in order to make sure that the paneling that is on the walls now sits flush with the boards. There are some places where I went ahead and tried to put the board on over the head of the bolt that was in the furring strip because I thought, oh, it's so small, it won't make a difference. And it actually either started cracking the board in some places or it's bending the board out. So most of them actually removed, drilled a hole for the same size as the bolt head, and then re-drilled it in order that it would sit deep and flush with the furring strip, the plywood. Other than that, the extreme pieces that I did right here and over there were incredibly hard to put up. They have an unnecessary amount of bolts in them, and I haven't even used them yet. This one behind me I'm actually going to use, I think, to mount my fan to, but only just because it's there, not because it's necessarily needed that much strength. So most of them just have 1 or 2 bolts, one at the top, one at the bottom, or 2 at the top, 2 at the bottom, for the furring strips that stretch the height of the van, and that is perfectly sufficient. I use 3/4 inch plywood, so everything is sticking just great. I'm able to bolt into it. I'm able to take the bolt out and bolt furniture directly through it. That's how the kitchen is mounted. Or in the case of the desk area, just drill very long screws through my 2x4 pieces into the 3/4 plywood, and it makes it just as firm. All of this is without drilling into the van, which is wonderful. I thought maybe there'd be a compromise in integrity, but so far everything seems very, very strong. Another thing I had to do was change the window boxes a little bit. This one behind me in the kitchen, I got to reinforce already before even getting started on the window. This window frame over here with the desk took me about 6 hours to complete, which is in a different video. But it took me about 6 hours to complete because I was working with a very haphazard and misshapen space because I didn't know what I was going to have to do when I was originally making these window boxes around the windows. So I just kind of took my best guess, which is all you can do sometimes. For this one, I knew I needed a little bit more of an opening around the edge in order to compensate for the 3/8 inch window box, which is going to go in, but also that there needs to be certain points where the boards are going to be able to attach securely from the window frame. So there needs to be consistent or significant flat surface on the sides or on the top, because those are either going to be your top or your main mounting points on the top of the sides. So I took care of that on this one ahead of time, as opposed to having to do it simultaneously while building the window box over here. Countersink the screws if you can. I just went ahead and did it after the fact, but if I had done it at the beginning, it would have been a little bit easier. Pay attention to your window boxes. Try to predict how you're going to frame those, and then try to cut your plywood in order to best fit that application. And no need to go ham with 8 or 10 bolts in one piece of plywood like I did over there. I think I was just getting a little excited about the idea of using the cross nuts, which have been amazing, by the way. So these are the furring strips, and they've allowed me to attach the walls and the kitchen and the desk and much more, which you will see in future videos.